Awez, and today we're reacting to he cheated on his wife, then made a podcast about it. What the frick? I'm also sure I've seen this type of energy where people will do some atrocious things and then they make a video about it, a TikTok about it, and sometimes a podcast about it. But usually it came from women, you know what I'm saying? Women usually do this. But to see an Oki cheat on his wife and then make a podcast about it, that's low. That is low. How much do you hate this woman? So without further ado, comment, like, subscribe, and let's start.
Hi, I'm Ned Fulmer. 3 years ago, I cheated on my wife with my producer. Represented myself as a kind of wife guy. I betrayed my spouse, co-workers, friends, family, and I betrayed you.
Not only did you having an affair it shattered our marriage, but it also, all of that guilt and shame, you hoisted that on me. You gave that to me. And now I have to carry that around for the rest of my life.
I don't think it's fair that as a society you're put in that position. It's certainly not true.
What?
And no, it's not something that I imagined as I was doing that. I think none of it was.
Just take me out the group chat. Just take me out the group chat. I don't know why this happens, but just take me out the group chat. We as a society have this fascination with being added to.
Hold up, so wait, are they both doing this basically this podcast? Which cloud chaser much or what? Because okay, this is, hey bro, but get your money. You see, that's the thing though. You see, that's the thing. It's for me, it's hard to judge a lot of people when it's I'm really well, they might need the money. And the money is looking good. So, you know what I'm saying? It's really hard for me to be judging people that crazy. I mean, I can't judge people. You know what I'm saying? I judge until I die. But sometimes it's get your money. You know what I'm saying?
Group chats. Now, whether we do it voluntarily or involuntarily, it just continuously happens. And this time is no different than any other situation. Now, we've seen celebrities cheat before and we be added to the group chat of their discussion. I'm thinking of the Red Table Talk with August Alsina, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Will Smith with the entanglement situation. Now, this situation is similar, but also kind of different. That one had Jada Pinkett Smith, the woman in the situation, cheating and displaying that she was the narcissist of Will Smith, but also kind of exposed that he was a narcissist as well. This time, it is Ned from the Try Guys and his wife exposing how Ned is a narcissist, but maybe also his wife is? I don't know. Maybe it's more similar than I thought. Kind of got to be a narcissist in order to do your relationship content out there like this very intimate moment. Now, the reason why this fiasco that happened 3 years ago back in 2022 is so big is because the Try Guys were a staple on YouTube, one of the bigger channels with 8 million subscribers, part of the collective on BuzzFeed. And honestly, they were some of the most authentic content on the platform. Now, back in 2020, Ned got outed as cheating with his engaged secretary at the time and was ultimately voted out of the collective group.
Ned Fulmer is no longer working with the Try Guys.
Suffice to say, we found that Ned had engaged in conduct unbecoming of our team, and we knew that we could not move forward with him. So on Friday, September 16th, the three of us signed written consent of the members of Second Try LLC approving the removal of Ned as a manager and an employee.
Now, any normal situation, you could probably get away with a little cheating, but there were two things that made this crossover into a boundary that was probably way over the top. And first, there was the fact that, it dealt with somebody who was an employee, which is a super conflict of interest. And two, Ned was a wife guy. That's what he claimed to be. He was my wife type of dude. Now, naturally, this would rock the community. A staple, a guy who claimed to be a wife guy, a guy and a girl who people thought were just the pinnacle of relationship success, which I think is pretty strange that people tether themselves to these celebrity relationships. But nonetheless, this kind of hurt a lot of people. But I promise you, it did not hurt worse than listening to the cringe cast that they put on when they came back together. One of the weirdest things, but the thing that I love most about the internet is that, especially of these people who exist on the internet, you're gonna get both sides. The performance that is put on in this podcast, though, is one worth watching because it's just one of the strangest things that I consumed on a rather boring weekend.
All of that guilt and shame, you hoisted that on me. And now I have to carry that around for the rest of my life.
I don't think it's fair that as a society you're put in that position. We've like redefined our relationship, not as partners, romantic partners.
Yeah.
Those sort of like, family or platonic partners and pals, if you want to say pals. Don't Google me.
Don't Google me.
Don't Google me.
You
Just
probably don't want to
get
Google
to know
me.
me first. Really, you don't want to be just sort of seen as the sum of your mistakes for me or the sum of your past for you.
People ask me, like, do you forgive Ned for what he did? And I mean, the answer is no, absolutely not. No, fuck no.
Now let's get one thing straight. Social media addiction is real, not just for the consumers, but also for the creators as well. There is
Wait, here's my thing. Right? I'm not a part of their community. I've never really watched the Try Guys. Like, this is like the third time I've ever heard of them. And even then, I didn't even watch any of their videos. Right? So, for the people that actually know the Try Guys, is this a normal thing? Or is this like something that you would expect them to do? Where basically this Oki and his wife were basically... I would say this Oki. No, I'm going to say his wife. But yeah, I'll get back to the wife part. Where this Oki basically cheated on his wife and was basically not misrepresenting what he was, to the point that he was actually fired as an employee. Probably still is a part of the Try Guys, but he's not a manager anymore, right? Awez. And then now you come to find out that both of them are part of a podcast where they talking about that shit. Like, you wanted to know what's going on. What's going on here?
no reason that they should be having this very intimate conversation that is filled with cringiness and exposing of their true natures for public consumption. This is a very private act, but because they are so addicted to attention and clout.
Hold up, guys. I'll be back. I'm back. A little something. I even forgot what I was talking about. I was gone for a while. Just carry on.
The only reason why they are putting this display on for people to see. Again, it's almost like we're the third person in the group chat and you can't just leave because it becomes a text message. iOS needs to do something about that. That has to stop. They start off by framing it as this is something that they need. And while I might agree with them, please take us out the group chat because we aren't a part of that 10-year marriage with.
Hold up. Nothing.
2 kids that you had.
It's honest, vulnerable, brutal, but it's necessary for her to move forward, and I'm grateful for the chance to witness it. As disappointed as we were that something so private and painful became such a public spectacle, I get why people were so outraged, and I understand that that is the reason that she can't move forward with any sort of public thing without addressing this. So this is that.
Now, the reason why they're claiming that they're putting on this whole spectacle.
Respectfully, guys, who asked you? Who asked you to make these type of videos? To make this content? Who asked you for this? Like I said, I don't know. I don't know this community, but I'm like, really, when I hear it, I'm like, this is not something you really need to tell anybody. It's none of their business either way.
Is because they just can't move past this. I mean, wherever they go, whether they look left, right, up, down, they cannot get past the fact that Ned cheated. It's affecting both of them in their real life.
And for the last 3 years, I've just hidden behind the scandal. Now I can't get out from behind it.
Yeah, because it's a big step to like sit down and do what we're doing and to talk about it.
Right. But even like going out in public with like my kids or just going out to dinner or something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like the only thing that people see is the scandal.
Yeah, I'm going to call cap on that one. I'm pretty sure that most people walking down the street don't know who you are. Going to dinner,
Exactly.
don't care about who you and your kids are, aren't asking you about your husband.
Exactly. That's my thing. It's like, really, nigga? You're not part of YouTube. Guys, YouTube is not that mainstream. I know what a lot of people would want you to make you believe, but the internet or anything like that is not that mainstream. It really isn't. In fact, we are still seen as nerds. I mean, by rappers. But you know what I'm saying? We're still seen as, you know what I'm saying, something that's not really there. So, bro, I hear you, but and who really is watching the Try Guys? Who? Isn't it like small children or something?
And
But
I
hey,
think that that's a
hey,
very
but
weird.
at the same time though, she might actually be experiencing these things, and we can't just be like, I don't believe you. We were not there. You know what I'm saying? We can't see it. So let's try to play devil's advocates as well. And be like, okay, maybe it is that way, or maybe she feels that way, which is something that I think maybe she needs to talk to somebody and talk to a therapist, not show it on the internet. Internet is the worst place to go when you have mental problems. It is the worst. Don't even try it. Go to a professional. Go to church. Go to any like religious place that you know, because some religious places are really good when you have mental health, right? And go there, bro. Like this is not it. This is not it, my sister.
Thing to say. Now, granted, there are people in this world that are parasocial. I've covered that numerous times, but I just don't believe that that is the case. This is two narcissists trying to get their talking points off. Now, when two narcissists get together, it becomes a pissing match as to who can be the more front-facing person, who can get the most attention. And because he is the cheater, Ned is the clear winner in this conversation. Granted, I'm only giving his ex-wife a little bit of flack here because she wants to be on camera having this conversation. She really shouldn't do this. I think that it's nasty work. But Ned is a person who can't even take accountability in this conversation for the damage that he's done. They're sitting here having a conversation as to the guilt and shame that she has to carry for the rest of her life. And instead of owning up to it, Ned brings in somebody who I didn't even think was a factor in this conversation.
Not only did you having an affair just it shattered our marriage, but it also like all of that guilt and shame, you like hoisted that on me. Like you gave that to me. And now I have to carry that around for the rest of my life.
I don't think it's fair that as a society you're put in that position. It's certainly not true. And no, it's not something that I imagined as I was doing that. I think none of it was.
Wait, did he just blame society? Did they get married to society? As a society, we're put into this? No, as your ex-wife, she's put into this. And you did it. Like, you cheated on her. You're the one who betrayed your vows. And you did it so sloppy. The fact that Ariel disclosed in this conversation that the way that she found out was by somebody sending her a picture means that you had to be doing stuff in public with somebody else who was also engaged, might I add you. You didn't even recognize how big you were. Like, this was a fan who sent her the picture. You're nasty, gang. And now you're sitting here exploiting your wife's trauma that you caused, by the way, for clicks and views. Do I believe she should have signed up for this? Absolutely not. But the fact that this is even an option for this to have taken place in the public eye because you want to get some sort of monetary gain from you cheating on your ex-wife is some of the weirdest shit I've ever seen. And I'm sick of this content brain society that we live in. Everything that we see, do, interact with, the traumas that we live in real time is not for public consumption. I don't know why people think that that is the case. It's weird. And later down the line, it always has negative impact on the person that is in the video.
Let Ned Fulmer be a reminder to you guys that not everyone needs a podcast, especially him. And naturally, a big reason why is because he threw away his marriage to have an affair with his producer. But you know what else? He's just fucking boring. When he was with the Try Guys, he did the whole wife guy thing because he just wasn't interesting or cool enough to carry his own weight. And now, even in this weird comeback he's attempting, he's still just riding the coattails of his wife.
It's not clicking to him that nobody gives a fuck. He's like, I broke your trust. We don't give a fuck, Ned. We actually don't give a fuck, and we didn't like you at the time. We felt bad for your wife. We didn't give a fuck about you.
I, at first, was like, this feels like a humiliation ritual. Like, why are we doing this? Like, why are we doing anything for this man? And then I was like, oh, she hates this guy. She hates this guy, and she wants us all to see what she sees, because he's insufferable. Also, why did he seem so grossly unprepared for this interview? Sir, it's been 3 years. Why are you caught off guard by the questions that you're asking her? And why are you asking the questions so creepy? At the end of the day, she said she doesn't forgive him and they are no longer together. And that's a win, okay? A win is a win.
Ned was ultimately a legacy actor.
I'm sorry, but I could not stay away from those big ass glasses, bro. Looking like a freaking alien, bro. Looking like she's a part of Alien versus what's this movie, dog? Looking like it's a part of Men in Black, bro. Speaking. I'm sorry, I'm dissing this lady for no good reason, and she came up with good points. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. But damn, I could not. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see something like, I see that. I see that. But yeah, she came up with good points.
on YouTube, who built a brand from being just available and consistent on the internet for a long time. Now, his growth in story is amazing from like a creator perspective, but ultimately he just wasn't this like funny guy or entertaining guy. But the fact that he feels as if he had to come onto the platform and give us, the fans or the viewers, an apology or a reasoning or a video explaining as to what happened and let his ex-wife dunk on him in public is showing that, you know, he is just so content brain that he does not understand the gravity of the things that he did, but rather, you know, getting his shit off in the public eye. It's okay for him to, you know, get dumped on by his wife because he's going to get 780,000 views and a couple commentary channels talking about him. That's the way he's going to jumpstart his career, because he's a fucking loser. Now, I would say that I implore you to go back and watch this podcast, but when I say it is really, really cringe, because Ned is dry asking these, you know, questions. He clearly looks unprepared.
Nah, dog, Men's is boring to listen to, dog. Even when I was watching this video just now, I was like, am I really gonna be reacting to another boring ass video? Oh, Meezy, I trusted you, bruh. I trusted you to make sure that the videos are good, but you coming with this BS, dog. But it was a cool, man. It wasn't his best, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't his best or Meezy video. But yeah, man, it was cool. It was cool. Don't watch it, guys. Don't watch the freaking podcast. Unless you like dry wall being dry. You know what I'm saying? I mean, white wall being dry. Dog, listen, nah, I'm not good at the sayings. But yeah. What am I saying, bro? Yeah, you know what, guys? Let me just love it and leave y'all. Final thoughts on this. My final thoughts is this, guys. Now, it is kind of stupid that a lot of people are keep on basically putting out the trauma on the internet for clicks and views, when clearly I think maybe they don't know, or they're forgetting what the heck is the internet. The internet is one of the worst places to go, period. Unless you have the mentality and understanding that this is just jokes, fine. But if you want to come with your trauma, with all these things, and try to clickbait and try to, create all this unnecessary energy for yourself and exposure for yourself, then my sister and my brothers, you'll need to you don't know what's coming to you. You really don't know how bad this is. I kind of do want to watch one of those videos, those older videos, those old videos they were talking about, like the old internet, how it was, because I still see remnants of how bad the internet was right now. Yes, the UI has been better. Yes, there's guidelines, there's all these things, but it just finds a way to creep inside the weirdness of the internet. And I know to a lot of people I'm just talking a lot of mumbling basically, but I promise you, it's weird. It is weird. It is weird. But hey, what am I gonna do? So without further ado, thanks for watching the rest of the video. Thanks for chilling with your own. Comment, like, subscribe. Until next time, I've been the Lost Owen. We out.